let's talk. I have my cereal here with me today. An orange. A drink. That's not alcohol. Don't assume. Anyway, I want to have a discussion. I want to talk about what I've noticed recently with the environment. Now, since I haven't talked about it much, let me give you some backstory. But basically, I'm very environmental. I educate myself about the environmental impact that we have on the earth, and ways to be less wasteful, and reduce your carbon footprint, and just be more environmentally conscious and careful, caring, just making sure you're not contributing unnecessarily to harm the environment. Now, it is about in the middle of September, and around now in October is when it starts to get a little colder. Well, I noticed that about a week or so ago, we had a kind of cold week, where actually more 2 weeks or whatever, where it was cold, not cold, but it was cool, and some leaves, the leaves were starting to fall off the trees, and you notice less bugs and everything. But then with the Amazon forest being on fire, and then actually several places in the world are on fire. But I've noticed how at nighttime the sky tends to be more prettier than usual, and I feel like that's an effect of the fires. And also, I've noticed with it becoming warm again, really hot, recently, the last couple days, I've noticed an increase in bugs. And I've noticed that not only are there bugs, but the bugs are acting weird. Normally bugs they just mind their business. But I've noticed that there's butterflies. First of all, there's butterflies. That's not normal around here for the time. And a butterfly landed on one of my friends, which, that's cool. But then I had a soccer game yesterday, and there was this, I don't know what kind of bug it was, but it was it had yellow and it was brown, but it wasn't a bee point. I don't know what it was, but it landed on my leg, and I'm like, wow, that's cool. But I also thought, I didn't freak out because I'm vegan, not gonna, I know it wasn't a wasp or anything, so I wasn't about to but, it didn't seem like a threat, so I wasn't gonna, so I took a picture of it and whatever, but then it kind of got annoying, I was okay, you're on my leg, but can you get off? Then I kind of shook my leg, but bugs you don't usually get bugs on you like that. And then, not to mention, last night, when I was outside, there was a stink bug on my arm right here. I was like, okay. But that's not normal. For it to happen like that is not normal. And for the normal average person who doesn't really know much about the environment or care or whatever the case may be, they may not realize this, but this is this is signs of global crisis, global emergency getting worse. This is it. This is just like, it's getting hotter. Winters, the last couple of the years, haven't been as cold as it should be. And it's, I mean, things all around the world, all around the earth. And it's not getting better fast enough. We still have big companies and corporations that produce huge amounts of waste, which is a big factor and contribution to global crisis. And we still don't have enough people educated on the topic. It is a very crucial and necessary topic to be informed about. And it's difficult to be an environmentalist. Environmental, like, really, like, I know that this isn't okay. And I know it's gonna get worse. Because we had the Amazon on fire, we have things all around on fire, California, I forget the other places, I didn't really look much into them, but I should. Icebergs are melted, that raises sea levels. That alone, those two factors alone are very terrible. But then you have all these other things that contribute to global crisis. And it's really difficult, just like the animal agriculture is another huge and terrible thing that contributes very hugely to the environment, to the pollution in the air, to the destruction of land. And it's very concerning. It's very concerning noticing these changes. But obviously, you can't be too certain of anything, but you kind of can. But depending on the circumstances, it's just very concerning. But ways you can help improve your environment, the environment, educate yourself about global crisis. Everyone should have heard about it by now. eat more plant-based. Recycle. Very easy, very simple. Wash out your yogurt containers. Make sure that you break down your boxes. Very simple thing. Just wash your bottles out and stuff. Make sure there's no liquid in it. To be able to fit more recycle in your bin, take the air out of your bottles and stuff. Makes more space. Compost, which is where you take your food waste like apple core, banana peels, orange peels. If you're an animal eater, you can put bones in compost. You can put leftover food that had gone bad. Sheep, dairy, that can all go in compost. But research, depending on what area you live in, how to compost. It's very simple. But like, say you live in an apartment, you would need to do like a bin because you have a small space. If you live like in a townhouse, you could potentially have like those like a compost bin, like a big bin, but you can make one. Like the same thing for the apartment. You don't have to spend that much money on it. It's really not. And like learn about like the green and the brown. Make sure you have enough wet and dry so it doesn't get too dry or too wet. Like you want it in the middle, neutral. I could talk all about it. But what else? Take your own bag to the store, regardless of if it's a food store, grocery store, shopping, whatever. Take your own bag. When you go out to eat, take your own metal straws or glass straws if you need straws. Utensils if you take food, if you eat out in general. Just have your own set of utensils, eating silverware from home, or you could buy a little travel or whatever. I would just take my silverware out the door, take it with me, and then wash it. What else? Attempt or try to bulk shop. Try the local shopping, thrift shopping, farmers markets. Grow your own food if you can. Don't feed into fast fashion. Very unnecessary and very wasteful, and not fast fashion. It's not okay. But if you don't have access to these things, don't put yourself in a situation where you don't get anything you need just because. Do what you can. Do your research. Take your time, step by step. Don't overwork or pressure yourself. It takes time to adjust to a different lifestyle. More mindful, ethically, environmentally conscious. But just try your best, educate yourself, try to educate your friends and family, those around you. Because sooner or later this earth can become uninhabitable. And voting with your dollars, fighting, however, it makes a difference. Whether small or big, it makes a difference. I have friends that tell me how I've had an impact on the way they think or do things, and it's good. It's great to know that you are impacting people, and it takes time. Oh my God, it takes time. I know it's stressful. Being I have all this information, but you just have to be easy, careful, understanding and helpful. You can only guide people, It's just so much. I could do separate videos on each different topic. Recycling, composting, thrifting, farmers markets, bring your own bag, bring your own bottle, your own cup, your own bottle. Oh, just so much. If you have a menstrual cycle, you can use menstrual cups, menstrual pads. I don't know if I should show. I don't know, maybe I could do a separate video talking about them. Because I could. Okay. This is a menstrual liner. It's not as thick as a pad. It's only it's a liner. Liners are thin. So this is for maybe to wear with your menstrual cup if you want to make sure there's no leakage, or you want to catch the leakage and don't want to use a disposable pad, or when you're on the end of your cycle and you're spotting. But I could do a whole video on that. But shop cruelty free and vegan, just so much. Just I think I'm gonna end this now. Eat my cereal, eat my orange, finish my drink, my vanilla chai drink, I think it is. It's vegan. I'm vegan. But, yeah. I'm gonna relax now, because I'm very tired and busy person. Relax. Just give yourself time to relax. Give yourself you time. What the word called? Give yourself rest. Did I say that? Rest. Rest yourself. Rest. Sleep. Very important. Drink water. Please don't hurt yourself. Just take care of yourself. If you're hungry, eat. If you're thirsty, drink some water. If you're tired, sleep. You need to. That's the only way you'll function properly. And getting a full night's sleep, very crucial for your well-being, how well you focus, and all that good stuff, you know? So get your rest. Very important. It's very important to rest even if you're busy, because everyone deserves to rest. Very important. I'm gonna go now. Bye.